One learner on one of our courses in 8 years. Hundreds of learners have come through with a baseless accusation. How can that affect a training provider's reputation? Listen to find out. Welcome to another episode of Titan PI TV, where we look at the inside workings of a live operation investigation agency, that being here, Titan, based in Derby. Although we do have 10 offices, 9 others, which are based in Truro in the southwest, all the way up to Manchester in the northwest, which gives us that national English coverage. Welcome, I am your host, Simon Henson, and Managing Director of Titan Private Investigation Limited. If you prefer to listen to podcasts, you can download Titan PI TV podcast wherever you download your podcasts. So this week's short episode is entitled Baseless Accusations, and this is in regards to our training. So just to give you a very brief outlook on what it's all about, and then I'll go into some detail. So we ran a course on the 15th to the 19th of September this year, where we had 12 students or 12 learners, 4 of which were doing the RQF level 4 qualification, and the other 8 were just doing the Titan course and weren't bothered about having that recognised certificate at the end of it, although they can come back at a later date. Everybody's happy, everybody gives feedback, but we have one student that has caused so many problems reputationally. So I was going to go into just the reasons behind that and looking into how one baseless accusation could affect a training company's reputation. So Titan has been offering these courses since 2017. That's 8 years. We do 4 courses a year, which are always held in February, May, September, and November. We have never, ever had a complaint. If you do the Titan course, you get a certificate of achievement at the end of it, and this is our certificate. If you do the RQF level 4, you are signed over to the Institute of Professional Investigators, and they are an examination centre. And although you sit the Titan course, the IPI are here as well, because 2 of the trainers are on the board to the IPI. You pay the IPI the admin fee, and then with the awarding body Skills for Justice, you then work towards your RQF level 4, which is described as just above an A level in 5 days, and then you have 28 days to complete your workbook. So what do we cover on the course? I'm going to have to put my glasses on for this. So surveillance law, principles of surveillance, radio and mobile communication, cover stories, subject identification, foot surveillance, which is working in an ABC formation, clearing corners, doing handovers, using street furniture for cover. We look at public transport, so following a subject on public transport. We do anti-surveillance, mobile surveillance, which is following a subject in a vehicle from a vehicle, and that's when the course steps up a notch due to speed. Stop and plot, which is a sterile area around a subject when they go into a shop or when a subject stops in a vehicle. Plotting multi-storey car parks. Evidential footage, which is your imagery, because if you haven't got imagery, you can be the best team in the world, but without the imagery, you are the worst, because you've got nothing to show, no product to show what you've done all day, any evidence effectively. We look at loss procedures, so how we recover losses either on foot or in a vehicle. Static observations points, evidential logs. So an evidential log should definitely be used for every task which is potentially going to end up in court, but we generally say there should always be an evidential log. So we teach you how to do logs, technical surveillance, which is using GPS tracking devices, and report writing. But there's loads more around it, and it's a really, really busy, structured timetable, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning and finishing some nights 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. It's a steep learning curve, and there is absolutely loads and loads of content. Anyway, if we go back to the 15th to the 19th of September, bearing in mind we've never had a complaint, and we've been running these courses for 8 years now, the last 4 years in conjunction with the Institute of Professional Investigators. So our student attended the course, and at the end of the course, we always make sure that we have a feedback form completed by every learner. It's optional whether they do it, but most learners do it. And it allows us to learn and develop the course, areas where they felt we need development and areas that they felt were good. So this is the feedback this individual gave on the last day. So this was on the 19th of September. What did you like most about the course? The student put surveillance exercises. Was there anything you found challenging during the course? The learner put glossary. Do you think the course content was relevant and useful to your needs? Answer yes. Was the structure and length of the course appropriate? Answer yes. Do you feel you achieved your learning needs? Answer yes. Can you share an example of when you felt unable to express your feelings during the course? Answer no. Do you have any additional suggestions to improve the course? Answer no. Please rate the course overall from 1 to 5. 1 being rubbish, 5 being exceptional. 4. So that is really, really good feedback. Really good feedback. So you'd be really surprised that on the 24th, which is 5 days after the course finished, that I received an email from this particular learner that will remain nameless. And this learner, we put our neck on the line for. Firstly, they signed up to the course about a week prior to it running. So there was a lot to do to get them up to speed, because all of our students have to do 15 to 17 hours of an online course, which teaches them the basics, or should I say, the theory of how we do surveillance. And it's 17 modules they have to go through. So that needs completing before they come, so they can hit the ground running. We then teach those elements each morning, and then every afternoon, the structure of the course, we go out and we put that theory into practice with assessment. So on the 24th of September, after the course, they were asking when the certificate will be ready. So this is the certificate. And they've then put, would there be any chance of a refund? Or as I would not use your company's name to gain employment, or at least half the money back for the course, because I'm sorry to tell you, I am left extremely disappointed, as I don't feel like I got absolutely anything out of the course. I believe I would have benefited my surveillance course with another training company, which is ex-military. They've then asked for a full refund of the £1,440, which is £1,200 plus the VAT. Bearing in mind the brilliant feedback we've had, I thought this might be a joke, so I rang the individual and they were absolutely serious about it. So I've then emailed them back and said, look, I will certainly consider a full refund or a part refund, but can you just outline the reasons why you feel, bearing in mind the content I've just explained you've had over the 5 days, why you feel you should get a refund? So the first point. Point 1, when I first opened the portal, the coursework was not on there. So sometimes we do have experienced technical difficulties. So when the learner was sent the online course to complete, they had access to it, but the course wasn't there. So within 12 hours, the course was there and they were able to complete it before the course. Apologies for that. Technical difficulties do sometimes happen with technology. In my experience of teaching through the military, I knew my material and did not need to read it from a tablet. None of our trainers use a tablet to read anything. We have a laptop in the room, which is used to broadcast through the projector or the television, the slides and the course content. We know this course inside out. We certainly don't use a tablet. The attendance certificate is barbaric and not suitable or professional to show any employer. So bearing in mind, this is not a recognised qualification. This is just a certificate of achievement to say the learner has attended the course and the dates they've attended the course and their name, and they've received the required standard. And it also lists the 19 modules, which is the input. The fact that I am having to point these things out to your company is ridiculous. And point 5, as I have previously stated, I don't feel that I gained any skills or knowledge from the course, and that has left me extremely disappointed and unsatisfied. So what I think's probably happened in this situation is that another training provider has got in this learner's ear and said, you should have done the course with us, and maybe given a load of reasons. Bearing in mind, we all deliver the same syllabus, the RQF level 4. So we are stringently looked at. And on the last course, that particular course, which was the 15th to the 19th of September, we actually had our external assessor in to make sure that we were delivering the course properly. So we were even being assessed during that course by the awarding body. So this is just an example how, although we have had hundreds of learners in 8 years do our courses, of which we do 4 a year, just one person with a baseless accusation can cause no end of trouble. And they even went on to a WhatsApp group for close protection operatives, stating that they came on a Titan course, they learnt nothing, and they wouldn't recommend the course. Bearing in mind the other 11 learners on that course all loved it, and majority of them have already been working for us. But I will say now that this particular individual obviously doesn't have the traits of a surveillance operative and will certainly not be working for Titan. And after doing a little bit of a digging, they do work in the CP industry, and their reputation for walking off jobs, for being sacked off jobs, is terrible. So you just have to be careful who you have on your courses. Although we do initial vetting to make sure we're not giving these skills to somebody who it would be in the wrong hands for, we can't really look into their reputation and their personality prior to the course. But there was no alarm bells all the way through the course. We got on with them well. So it was a complete shock 5 days after the course to have a refund asked for and then slander effectively. But we continue. Our next course is the 17th to the 21st of November. It's running with 9 students at the moment. So 3 vehicles of 3, or when we're doing the foot stage, it being 3 instructors and 3 foot learners. And next year we'll be delivering 4 courses again, which, as I said earlier, will be February, May, September, and November. And the dates will be released next month in November. So if you would like to do a training course with Titan, please feel free. You can go to www.titan.investigations.co.uk, click on the training tab, and you can look at the 5-day basic surveillance course there, where we deliver the advanced syllabus bar 2 modules, which is open source intelligence and nighttime surveillance. Although in November we might be able to cover that module. So we are giving you the advanced syllabus on the basic course, which is 5 days. Once you've done the course, as long as you've reached the required standard, we then take you on to the Grow Student Aftercare program, which is in essence where we offer you work and we develop you further. That's what we want. We deliver these courses because we need to be able to reach or meet our operational demand. So we need people to come through the course, and it's a fantastic course. And if you look at the last few podcasts or the last few YouTube episodes of Titan PITV, you will see, I think it's 4 episodes now, the last 4 are all coverage of that particular course. So if you'd like to come on the course, give us a bell, drop us an email, or confidential contact form on the website. Thank you for listening. That's another episode of Titan PITV. If you want to not miss further, then please subscribe to the channel. It's free. We love a thumbs up. Please give us a thumbs up. I think we're currently at 2,930 subscribers, which we thank every single one of you for. Sorry for the rant, but it's good to get that out there. Keep safe. Speak to you next week.